Hey, don't forget to check out Rant Cafe wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, and so on. You can watch the episodes live as we make them on Twitch, links in the description. And of course, the links to all of our guests in each episode are in the description, so show them some love. Hey, what's happening everybody? It's Animac here from the YouTube and Twitch channel Anime Uproar, and welcome to another episode of the Rant Cafe Anime Podcast. With me today, I have my two co-hosts, my brothers in arms, Taku and Briggs from All Day Anime.
Yo, awesome to be here. Let's do this. Ranking all the quirks in My Hero Academia Class 1A.
Yes.
That is our
I'm
topic
quite
today.
excited, and I don't have a webcam just because it didn't turn on.
But if you're listening to
For
the
those
podcast,
of you listening,
matter,
it
Briggs.
doesn't really matter. But realize he's an absolute Chad.
He is.
Chaz.
He's in a tank top right now.
Probably.
But yes,
Okay.
so for this episode, we're going to be ranking some quirks in My Hero Academia, also known as Boku no Hero, using Tier Maker. So it's going to be fun. We're going to do Class 1A and 1B. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, thank you to everyone who reviewed the Rank of Anime podcast on iTunes and all the other podcast providers. We're approaching 300 ratings and reviews on iTunes. So thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you. And we will definitely have Taku reading some more of your reviews in the future.
Yeah! I love reading random stuff. It's incredibly exhilarating and inspiring. So, shall we begin?
I'm down. Let's do it.
Starting off with number one in the class, probably due to his extravagant beauty, Yuga Aoyama and his quirk, Naval Laser.
Naval Laser.
Well said.
Clearly the greatest quirk out of them all.
In my opinion, it is the greatest electronic DJ name.
It definitely is.
So doesn't it
So-
have like decent firepower, but then he gets like sick afterwards?
But he only gets stomach aches because he's a bit of a poussé, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, all these other guys are like killing themselves in fights and he can't get a stomach ache. But that's just because he's more powerful than the rest of them. I personally think Naval Laser is awesome.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
and
where
our
would you
tiers-
rank it compared to the
Our
other people in
tiers are
Class
as
1A?
follows. We have S as the highest, then we have A, B, C, and trash. And we're ranking them in relation to each other. So we're not ranking these quirks in relation to like the worst quirk, like being a cactus. We're ranking them in
And you
relation to
just
each
know
other.
there's going to be someone that when we put One for All inevitably in S tier, there's going to be that one guy saying, no, Goku's S tier. One for All doesn't stand a chance. So we're only rating them against each other.
Yes, exactly. And Saitama would win them all.
Let's
story.
not get into this debate.
Ah,
Please.
I don't
All
even
right.
care. I just know you and Briggs are both traumatized.
It was a great experience.
I mean,
On
I'm not
both our
complaining.
Now, in terms of
Anyway, as far
Yeah.
as Naval Laser goes, I think that people don't understand that he fires lasers from his navel, and that alone puts it in B tier. The logic
Yeah,
is
so-
sound.
it's an interesting quirk. It definitely has power, and there's a drawback of him, getting stomach pain if he uses it for longer than a few seconds. However, he does, as the story goes on, he is able to kind of like make up for that drawback more as he practices and stuff. So the quirk does have potential, and it's so sparkly, you guys.
Dude, it never stops twinkling.
Never.
I mean, I'm probably gonna give it a C, just going off of like how it compares to everything else here.
Yeah, but you have to realize that you're giving it a C because it's attached to Aoyama, who is potentially one of the bravest anime characters of all time. However, not quite as brave as the rest of the class.
Well, at the end of the
quirk-
day, the user still affects the quirk, right?
Well, I felt like this list was just going on quirks.
Well, if I used it, any quirk automatically becomes S tier. So like,
There we go.
I feel like the user has to come into play to a certain, like we have to go off of what we've seen, you know?
Well, all right. I mean, I feel like it's kind of like Cyclops from X-Men, but from his navel instead of his eyes.
No,
So-
Cyclops is
Which
way
makes
more
it
OP.
way cooler.
Cyclops is so much more OP.
Yeah, so I will for Aoyama. I'm between B and C, guys. I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I said B, Briggs said C. So either way, you're making an enemy out of one of us.
Yeah, this is the biggest issue. You know,
Who would you rather
relevant
make an
right
enemy out of? The Chad Lord Brigo or Lord Nuxanor, the sarcastic bastard who has?
Listen, I'm gonna say it's a B. It has
Yeah!
firepower. It's not useless,
'Kay.
and it can be improved. So I'm gonna
Animac,
give it a B.
good teamwork. We are forever allies in this war against the Brigo in regards to naval laser.
It's okay. I'm a one-man army.
Yeah, we know.
I'm a
we know.
lone
We
wolf.
can't. Both of us together have no chance against you.
Clearly.
Anyway,
Especially if I wear
okay.
a
So
tank
who's
top.
next? Because we're going in order, it seems. Mina Ashido is next, and her quirk is slimy.
Well,
I don't-
her
It's
quirk
called
is
acid.
Acido.
What's her hero
Acid.
name? Isn't her hero name amazing, or was going to be amazing?
Yeah, it was gonna be Alien Queen,
That'd
but then
Yeah.
but then
And
she
then
made
it became
a pink.
Senor Pink.
Pinky.
No one got the One Piece reference. That's very sad. Lord Brigo.
Of course I did. He's the greatest character in One Piece. Greatest
but-
backstory.
He's up there. He's up there.
I love it. I'm definitely including him in my next video, but I can't spoil anything.
Oh man, I'm actually really excited about this right now.
Yeah.
So
Ranking every minor villain in One Piece.
okay. One Piece was brought up. We got it out of the way. Now let's talk about the topic. Mina's quirk.
I didn't even mean it that time. It just happened. All right, so Mina's quirk gives her the ability to always be lubed. However, she also disintegrates anything that touches her. So it's not a great combo in the porno department.
That is why I ship Mina with Kirishima, because he can harden enough for it not to bother him.
Hey. Sure.
Yes. I like her quirk. So, yeah, like it has a drawback in terms of she has to be careful around other people, but she's able to use it very effectively. She has various different strategies where she uses it. She can like use it to climb walls. She can use it, to throw it in various ways. So I think her quirk is an A.
Really? I
What?
was gonna say it's pretty.
Get outta here.
It's pretty mid tier.
Yeah, pretty mid tier, bro. It's an A, and it's gonna be on par with like Todoroki and whatever. Please
Well, obviously not.
drop it in.
Todoroki is S++++.
All right, we'll worry when we get there. In the meantime, I'm gonna go with Brigo. I didn't even know where he puts it, but I'm gonna agree with him whatever he said.
Well, I said mid tier, so that's a B from us.
All right, Lord Brigo. It looks like we are allies in this war against that.
Oh, have the tides have turned.
I know. This will be an interesting battle.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. So next we have Tsuyu Asui and her quirk, Frippity Floppity Frog. I don't remember the names of the quirks. I'm not so
I think
good
it's
at it.
frog form, isn't it?
If it's called frog form, then that sucks. No, I just looked it up. It's called frog, which is even worse. All right. So this gives her the ability to not only jump like a frog, but also have a fantastically long tongue that isn't at all used for weird things on off-brand websites.
And she can also like swallow big things and then regurgitate them in the middle of a battle.
Man,
Which
that could
is
also be
pretty
used for
dope,
off-brand
not
websites.
only in middle of a battle.
Ahead.
Pretty gross, but also cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I keep on hitting my mic, but I don't know how. I'm not even close to it. Why do I hear my mic shaking? It makes no
One
sense.
of Lord
I-
Rodrigo's ultimate powers.
The
Lord
ability
Rodrigo-
to shake my mic without even touching it, just to annoy Animac.
Look, annoying Animac is something I pride myself in doing.
Well, you'll see. You'll see when the project is announced.
Ooh.
Well, anyway, so Tsuyu would be very useful in One Piece because she could swim. But in My Hero Academia, where they live in a city, I don't know. I'm also kind of ranging towards the mid tier on this.
I feel like compared to Naval Laser and or whatever the acid quirk, I feel like she can't do as much damage. I don't know. Like she could jump. I'm putting her in C personally.
Nah, fam. I'm going B. All in all, it's a very decent quirk.
No, yeah, I
It-
think
It gives her superhuman strength, at least to an extent, superhuman agility to an extent. I don't know, a prehensile tongue, which I guess is pretty dope.
no,
I
I
am
think
aiming towards B.
I think that it's important to remember that this isn't a tier list about who's stronger. It's about the quirk, and
Yeah,
a
the
quirk
quirk.
can be useful even if it's not only useful for combat or the strongest in combat. I think her quirk is really cool because she can like jump around like a frog, like do parkour all over the place.
Oh, and also she dies in the cold. That's not great.
Good point. She's like cold-blooded.
But she like should be useful on missions that other heroes wouldn't be useful on, like anything like over water or near water, right?
Or like where you
All
have to
in all,
climb
I
a
don't
lot
know.
and be
I mean,
agile.
I think B is a solid
Yeah,
spot.
I gotta give it a B, Briggs. I gotta give it a B.
Animac, it looks like we are allying ourselves against Lord. Okay.
Nux does not
Yes,
know
we
what side
are.
he wants to be on.
Sorry, man. I had to do it. Anyway,
We have
next.
3 Bs, but we know what we should do. We should also arrange them within the tiers of which one is our favorite. So left to right.
Yes.
Best to worst.
All right, maybe at the end when we do the final mixy aroundy. In any case, next we have Tenya Ida and his engine quirk.
Yeah.
I definitely like
Like-
this quirk a lot.
Well articulated, Animac.
I'm personally gonna give it a A compared to whatever like the stuff that's up here. This being faster than these individuals, I feel like it's gonna be better.
No, like to me, it is an like a cool power that obviously we would all love to have in our world where we don't have powers. But in the world of My Hero Academia, it's not very creative at all. It's like he has engines on his legs and he can go fast. Like,
Okay, but
no.
compared to these
overheat.
other 3B users right here, do you not think his is more powerful just by being able to go fast?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if he could go faster than Aoyama when he's lasering himself
Yeah,
away.
but Aoyama doesn't have really much control. He just fucking shoots and he gets set
That's because
flying
Aoyama's
backwards.
a douche. I mean, in the end of the day, so does Ida, to be fair.
That's true. But I feel like he's learning to get more control as the manga continues. And like
Yeah, you know what?
I
You
feel
know
like
what?
people underestimate how much power you could create just by moving your body faster.
You know what? I think that Aoyama should be in C tier. I agree with Briggs.
Oh, lucky. Adaback is changing his mind.
Oh, man.
But I feel like it makes more sense because
Aoyama's quirk in itself is not bad at all. The dude lasers and spins and everyone dies because he never stops twinkling. And he
Yeah,
gets a
so
stomach
it's not
ache
in
and stops.
trash.
Like a
It's not
loser.
in
But-
trash tier.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. So are you changing your vote, Animac?
Yeah, I'm changing Aoyama to C, and then I would give Ida a B tops.
I'm gonna give Ida an A. This is why you need an SS. Like I said,
Now, I'm with Animac on this one. I'm going to give it a B.
I'm gonna put it to the front of the B's. My professional judgment there.
No one appreciates your professional judgment.
I'm sure someone in chat does. Sam
So-
the Gunman,
so far
I know
we
he
have-
does.
So far, we have Ida, Mina, and Tsuyu at B, and Aoyama fell down to C.
Yes, indeed. Next, we have Ochako Uraraka with the face of a minion and her quirk, Zero Gravity. With the ability to make things unaffected by gravity, which is actually a really dope power. So immediately, before you say anything, I definitely would put this in A.
I think it has a lot of potential, depending on the circumstances and how it's used. Yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards like B+ to A-. I'm not sure what I want to do here.
Yeah,
Mac, what are you thinking?
I mean, she doesn't necessarily at this point use it as much as I would like to see, but in the game, in the Boku no Hero game, she does some really cool shit with it. Like she has a
Well,
very
we're not-
cool moves.
Not really doing the game, but you have to realize that if she touches her opponent, she basically wins. Like they just float up there and flail aimlessly, not being
But
able
she
to
also
do
has the
anything.
weakness of if she makes herself float, then she feels sick.
But that's her personally. That's not the quirk.
All right, I'll agree with Nux here. I'll put her at A just to have some different, like, to separate these characters a bit. 'Cause I do think it's, like, the problem here is I think she's slightly stronger than the character, or her quirk's slightly better than the characters currently in B.
Like I can give you an example. Ida runs at Ochako. He whacks her, but she also touches him while getting whacked. Ida loses immediately. He just floats up in the air and he can't do anything.
Help.
If there's
mean-
no gravity, he can't propel himself either.
I get it. I mean, yeah, I would have put her in B, but A is fine.
All right.
So
well,
Ochako is an A for her quirk. Zero
even though
gravity.
she's a shonen woman.
And can she
mean-
release her, like, her gravity at any point?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's an A. I'll agree.
Yeah,
She
she has
can
to
lift
touch
really
her
heavy things up, but then make it
palms, I
fall on
believe.
people.
Yeah. Next we have Mashirao Ojiro and his quirk tail, which is very original and cool and trash tier.
So he has a tail.
It's just a tail. Okay, it's strong, very very cool. It's basically, and it looks like a penis with hair on the top of it. It looks weird. Okay,
I mean,
trash
yeah,
tier.
like it's not
The
a
guy
creative
happens to
quirk.
be a kung fu master, so that's solid. But
Yeah, it's not a creative quirk, but you can definitely use it because it's so strong. And by practicing martial arts stuff like that, he enhances the power of his quirk. So I think that is cool. Yeah, but it's just not very creative. I'll agree with you that it's trash tier, although Ojiro himself is not trash tier.
All right, I'm good with that.
all right, well, at least we all agreed on this one. Next, we have Denki Kaminari and his quirk, electrification.
Also known as Derp Face.
Also known as, well, it's actually a Saitama face.
I mean, other than the derp face aspect, I feel like it's definitely an A tier.
A tier.
Yeah.
100%.
I would put it A tier, and I actually like the derp aspect because it's a very powerful quirk. So the fact that he has a setback and he has to like master it makes it cooler for me. I don't think that's a bad thing.
I like how you put it in front of the Shonen Whammon there, Brigo. Very cool.
But of course.
Yeah. Within A tier, we have
Oh
we have
man, and look
Ochako.
at B tier. The Shonen Whammon are in the back too. Wow, Lord Brigo. Anyway.
within A tier we have Ochako and Kaminari, but I definitely pick Kaminari's quirk over Ochako, so we'll have him on the left.
Yeah. Well,
Who's
in
next?
any case, next we have Eijiro Kirishima and his quirk, erection. I mean, hardening.
I don't know, like
I'm B tier.
the quirk
Well,
itself.
I love Kirishima, and I feel like he uses his quirk amazingly. However, in
Yeah.
the end of the day, it's all from his pure passion. I would put
But
it.
it shows us the potential that it has. It's like an ultimate offense and defense. Like it's mainly used for defense, but because he's able to make it like super hard and super sharp, he's able to use it offensively as well. And I
Yeah,
think
it took
based
a
on like,
crazy
what I've
amount of
seen, I'm
training
gonna have to
to
give it
me.
an A. I know it's a lot of training was involved, but I want to give it an
But
A.
you have to realize it's a good defense and a good offense, but it just makes the dude hard, bro.
Yeah, but thinking about fighting against a hard opponent, I don't know. It's kind of like
No, like I
Well,
would
it depends on who his opponent is.
Yeah, of
but
course.
you can always run away from the guy. Like at least Ida could chase you.
okay.
I mean,
Compare him to
like,
people in B though, man. Come on.
I don't know if Slimy would melt him.
I think Kirishima as a character is
Yeah,
S.
as
I
a
really like-
character, he did amazing.
Yeah, but I don't think his quirk is that unique. Although when he reaches a certain level, the quirk gets additional powers that I think are very cool. But I would put him in B tier, but as the number one in B tier, ahead of Ida, Mina, and Tsuyu.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, I'm good with that. I think just because the person gets more showtime and they're able to like learn more about their quirks, it shows the potential of their quirk. Like to say, like he almost awakened his quirk, Nuxie boy.
One Piece reference. Very cool.
Yeah, but the thing is, we have to go by what we know so far. We're not like I often get on videos about quirks on the channel. I get comments like, "This quirk could be so useful in this situation." It's like, okay, I know hypothetically any quirk can be developed to be super useful, but you have to compare them to other
Any
quirks.
quirk can be developed to be super useful. As all of our eyes glance at Tailboy in trash tier.
Well, I mean, I'm not speaking hypothetically here. I'm going off of what I've seen the character do, right? But whatever, I'm okay with B, top tier B.
Yeah, we're comparing these quirks to other quirks. We're not comparing it to us who have no power. Like I've literally had people arguing that Deku's mom's quirk to slowly attract objects is actually super useful, and I'm underrating it.
Yeah,
But
that's
what
how
if you could
Brigo keeps
slowly
hitting his
move
mic.
someone's heart and cause them to have a heart attack? Think about that, Animac.
Yeah, it was like,
Boom.
what if
You've just been Brigoed.
what if she uses a knife and then she moves the knife at her opponent? It's like it's going slow, man. Don't you get it?
Okay, let's not get into this argument. You do know that if a villain would have that quirk, he would definitely be able to pull people's brains out of their noses or something. Okay,
I don't think that's how it works. I think it's just inanimate objects.
brains are inanimate objects. Anyway, Next we
Your
have
brain.
next we have Koji Koda and his quirk Voice, allowing him to talk to anime.
Well, if it was to talk to anime, S tier, but it's actually just animals.
Aww. Now, again, you have to realize this is a guy who doesn't like talking. But ranking the quirk itself, he didn't even need to work too hard. You just talk to the bugs and you have an army of centipedes on your side. And centipedes suck. I know. I have them in my apartment.
Could he get the giant great moth? Or
wouldn't it be a
or-
dope fight? Koji Koda versus Elder Centipede in One Punch Man.
Yeah, that would be fun.
All right, I think
No,
it's
like-
more useful than Tail Guy because it could be used in
No,
really
I
interesting
honestly think,
ways.
yeah, I honestly think his quirk is a C.
I agree with C.
Because people always say, well, if they're in the forest, it will be super useful. Yes, but if you're in the middle of a city, it's not as useful.
Well, he needs to start
Well,
training
those
some
kamikaze
pets.
pigeons would disagree with you.
Kamikaze pigeons.
Dude, he needs to start training some pets and start bringing like a lion around with him, or like ride a lion to school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Or have like a little thing of wasps.
Yeah,
Or something.
there we go.
I don't know. But
Yeah, we
no,
have
because the
chat-
dude has.
in the chat,
he had-
someone think Koda could use Worm from Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, yes. He can use wasps. Oh no, it's a wasp. Anyway,
He could talk to the
I don't
mosquito
know.
from One Punch Man, the most powerful
Yeah.
being in the universe.
There we go.
Yeah, that's meta, man. That's very meta.
Yeah.
All right, next
I
one,
don't know.
Nuts.
All right, I guess he is C. I don't know. I'm leaning towards B there, but okay. Anyway, next we have Rikido Sato and his ultimate ability of Sugar Rush. Was that what it's called? Sugar Rush?
Yeah, trash tier.
Yeah. Well,
While
I
I
don't know.
while I appreciate that he's essentially a JoJo character,
Dude,
I
he's
don't.
not. I just want to say that he wasted an opportunity to call his hero name Diabetes Hulk.
Yes, that is your name for him.
Is it
and
this guy on screen? I don't even know who we're
Yeah,
talking
it's,
about
it's
right
the
now.
dude with the cool lips. That
Cool.
looks like, I don't know.
Honestly, I
something
think I
else.
want to go move the last person up because even though he's not using it effectively, I feel like the quirk has way more potential. Can I vote B?
No, it
Sugar
doesn't.
Rush guy?
Sugar Rush only gives you few minutes of power and then you crash.
No, I'm talking about the
Yeah, animal guy. I'm telling you, I also thought he should be B.
All right, I'm
with
moving him
you,
up to B.
Rico.
All right, let's go back to Sugar Rush guy. My bad, guys.
And I would move
What
Tsuyu
a coward,
down at
changing
this
his
point.
mind after the fact.
I mean,
Look-
I don't
looking
think
at
you
B
did that
tier, I would
to
put,
the Aoyama.
I would put Froppy in C.
No,
I mean, look at who she's compared to.
her quirk is very useful. Like the agility, I think alone is really useful.
I'm pretty sure I voted C. No.
Yeah, and I'm with you.
Oh, look at that.
Stop changing your minds after the fact, you cowards.
We're
Yeah,
allowed-
look at Aoyama sitting there alone in C because of you.
Shut up.
But it makes sense though, because as we put characters up, we start comparing them to each other within the same tier, and
Yeah, I mean,
it becomes
yeah,
apparent
exactly.
the tail guy is properly in trash.
This is not an exact science, no matter what iDub says.
Suit yourself.
Sure.
My picks are
Anyway.
perfect, infallible.
Yeah, I'm with Briggs. My picks are perfect too. Anyway, so Sugar Rush, dude. In the end of the day, sucks.
Yeah, it's trash tier.
Trash
Like,
tier.
The quirk itself is trash tier. I respect him, but
He's the
as
type
a
of guy
character?
that you hope you don't like so much, so that you can feed him a ton of sugar, chuck him off a helicopter, let him go nuts for a few minutes, and then just leave him there.
Think about how well he could sell G Fuel though.
yeah, true.
Use
He
code
is the
Sugar
best-
Rush for 20% off.
He's the best at baking in the whole class.
All right, I'm good with trash here, boys.
Yeah. Next, we have Mezzo Shoji, and I think his quirk was Dupli Arms.
Yes. What a weird quirk.
Yeah, I like this one actually. It's a cool quirk.
It's creepy, but it has all. It's so interesting because like he can.
The ability to suck 4 dicks at the same time.
Is that friendly for 3-year-olds, Nux?
Yes.
Is it?
All 3-year-olds should learn the truth about the world.
God, stop saying stuff like this. It's gonna demonetize us. Anyways,
Okay, fair enough.
his-
The ability to give 7 hand jobs at the same time.
Yeah. Anyhow, I do think it's a unique quirk. I like that it's unique. It's not like he's super fast or he can fly. You know, it's like it's creepy, it's weird, but it has a lot of applications and uses. I'll put it in
I like that
A.
his hair covers his whole face because that definitely makes it easier to fight.
Yeah, I'll put it in A.
Hey, are you out of your mind?
No.
Okay, but is it the quirk that makes him really physically strong, or is it him as an individual? Like, what does this quirk do?
The quirk just gives him extra fingers, bro. Oh, I have 7 fingers on one hand instead of 5.
But isn't he like
You
super
give him an
strong?
extra
I feel
arm.
like physically strong. He like.
I don't know, fam. I think it's better than Tail Guy, but I would put it in C.
All right, so I need to balance the world like all things should be, and I'll put it in B.
Are you sure you don't want to also vote C?
I mean, I could do that, but I don't know. Like, so, like, what? Like, can we get a proper description here? I only have 2 monitors. I feel useless. I
He
can't
can
look anything
create
up.
multiple limbs, or like an extra eye or an extra ear, so you can hear better, see better.
Ooh. And he doesn't make extra hands. He just makes extra, like, hand type things without fingers. They're just like bony blobs. Okay, I'll read it if you want. Let me look up his quirk. I found it. Okay, dupli arms. Description. It gives him the ability to add arm attached tentacles that can replicate parts of his body. He can reproduce any parts of his body, including ear, eyes, mouth, hands, and so on, which aren't useful. And he can take those parts off of his body. The duplicated parts are enhanced versions of the original ones, which increases his strength and senses. And basically, they're all nice ways to say useless. And his best move ever was when he was standing there making those wing-like fleshy things to hide Froppy and sticky little bubble.
All right,
frogs.
I'm gonna stand by B since everything's enhanced. So like, if he has an arm, it's gonna be stronger. If he creates a
but it's
nose,
like
it's gonna
not
smell
even
better.
as strong
Eyes
as
will see
Eijiro's
better.
tail. It's like Eijiro's tail would annihilate this guy.
I disagree. You don't know that. You're just talking shit. So stop.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good with B.
All right, whatever. B, sure. Anyway, next. I think that was the first time we all disagreed. That was very cool.
How can you possibly put Froppy in C? Like, I can't. Like, why am I looking at this?
Well, I can simply answer you, and that's because otherwise everything will be B. And
What?
if I had to differentiate, I would put Froppy lower because while I do think she is still better than Shoji, I think she's worse than everyone else in B. Like, you're going to compare Froppy to Kirishima or Ida?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think I like Froppy more than Ida.
Well, I like
Okay.
Froppy more than Ida too, but I don't
No, I
think
mean her
quirk's
quirk.
better.
Well, I like
like
Tail
him
Guy
more.
so much, but he's still trash.
Yeah, exactly. Because we all care about Tail Guy.
Yeah, he's the greatest character in MHA.
Potentially. Anyway, next we have the emo woman, Kyokajiro, with her quirk earphone jack. The ability to make her earlobes longer.
I honestly
That describes it
don't
well.
care about this quirk. I know that it can be useful in like our high tech society to like jack into stuff. So for that reason alone, I would give it a C. But that's as high as I would go.
I know Nux is a big fan of this character, so I'd like to hear what you think of her quirk.
Oh, I think it's a C quirk because it's decent, meaning it's better than trash. It is actually decent. However, it's not incredible in any way. I do really like her as a character, though. But that
All right,
doesn't
I'll do
make
C as well. I don't really remember her doing anything with her quirk.
she can earphone jack things.
Oh no.
Yes, it's terrifying. Next, we have Hanta Zero with his ability Flex Tape.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Ho ho!
No, but the ability is cool. It's basically Spider-Man abilities.
No, it's not. Spider-Man was super strong. He was super smart. He was super agile.
His senses
And
were
Zero just
increased.
shoots tape from his elbows.
Yeah,
Okay.
Zero's not super smart. I'll give you that. But he can
No.
do the Spider-Man like movement.
Yeah, he could like.
Yeah,
he
but he's
could-
not as agile. He's just a normal dude with tape in his elbows.
He could still
Spider-Man was
traverse a lot
actually-
better than most characters within the show. He could trap people.
Trap people with tape.
Dude, tape is sticky.
This is true, but even Tail Guy would wipe this dude out.
Well, I'm gonna give it a B.
Are you serious?
I think it's better than the shit in C tier.
I'm gonna give it trash.
Really?
Yes. I
don't
think it's
know.
a trash tier quirk.
I don't know. If Tsuyu is in C, this is definitely in C, although I think both might be B, but yeah.
All right, if you vote C, C it is, and I will move him to the front.
I think Tsuyu should be in the front.
Well, I disagree. And I'm the one.
I also
I am the one in
disagree.
control here.
He is the one in control. Although I would put it in the back of C. I think Zero sucks. His quirk is so bad. He had the greatest fight against Todoroki ever, where he was just like so excited, and Todoroki annihilated him in 1 second.
Well,
Like,
Todoroki is going to be S tier. Obviously, a B can't compete with an S.
dude, he just shoots tape from his elbows.
Don't
Anyway,
underestimate tape.
I'm content.
What if
with
it's
C
flex
tier.
tape, man?
Yeah, but it's not flex tape.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, if it would be flex tape, I would agree with you. Anyway, next we have Fumigake Tokoyami and his quirk, Dark Shadow, which is the most anime-esque JoJo ability of all time.
It's basically a stand. We all know it.
All right, for me, it's between A and S for this guy.
Ooh.
Well, we know he's like one of the most physically strong characters within the series because of his quirk.
Yeah. I would give Dark Shadow an A because his drawback is so severe. Any light or light-based quirk that can create fire or light in any way will be his weakness. But against people who don't have that type of quirk, he will crush at night.
Well, think
Okay,
about when
so
crimes are
hold on a
committed.
second.
Usually at night.
When he fought Momo during the day, he annihilated her. Okay, that was him at his weakest. So unless he's against the light generating quirk, you're right. He's still freaking awesome. At night, which let's be honest, that's when he should be prowling around. I mean,
Yeah.
if I was him,
And can you
I don't
fly?
know. He can sort of glide, yeah.
I think that's.
I
But
would
the problem
definitely
is that
put him in. I would put him in S tier.
The quirk can take over him, so that's a big drawback as well.
Yeah, but he has to work on that, bro.
Yeah, so at this
And
point,
it'll only
I
take
give it an
over
A.
him if he goes berserk at night.
At this point, I give it an A.
I give it an S.
You know how you mentioned Berserk? It's
Yes.
interesting because he also deals with a demon at night that might take over.
That's not cool.
Okay, but what's the worst case
that
scenario?
wasn't a cool reference.
What's the worst case scenario if so you're in a fight and this demon takes over and kills your opponent, and then you go wild for a bit, and then the daytime comes and you're back to normal and you defeat
Yeah,
your
and then
opponent.
you're like, oh, I just slaughtered an entire.
Oh, sucks to
housing
be
block.
them, man. I'm not a hero. I'm thinking of how I would use the quirk.
Yeah, I definitely think that JoJo reference alone deserves it as tier.
I better give it an S for now. I may change my vote.
So the thing is, with this tier list, I do think that we should have had S, A, B, C, trash, and one for all. It's like in its own league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, it's because it's technically like the addition of multiple, right?
it's just insane.
We'll talk about it when we get to it.
Next, we have Shoto Todoroki, Lord Brigo's favorite character in My Hero Academia.
Luckily, I'm just talking about the quirk, which is awesome, and not the user, which
And
is
the
not
ability-
awesome.
half
the user
cold,
is
half hot.
as awesome as the quirk, Lord Brigo.
Yeah, I happen to be a big fan of Todoroki,
Same.
and I would put him in S tier.
I don't know how Brigo can call himself a lord of any kind if he doesn't appreciate Todoroki.
Well, this is coming from the guy who thinks that Gurren Lagann has an ounce of philosophy.
Well, do you think I was always a lord,
No.
Animac? I wasn't born a lord. I worked to become the Lord Brigo that I am today, and Todoroki was unfortunately just born with amazing power. And then he has a little bit of a sad backstory. What does he decide to do? Well, I'm just going to use my ice quirk, only half of my body, and still be the strongest. Like, to me, that was so annoying. Like, if you decide to not use his fire half and then be like weak, but then learn to become stronger, but then he was still the strongest. It was annoying me.
Nah, fam, I'm totally with Animac on this one.
You know what would have
He's
been
a
way better?
character.
What would have been way better if he resented his father and is like, okay, I'm gonna go out and fucking become a villain because of this, or I'm gonna become the strongest hero and surpass you and then defeat you and show, like, I don't know, prove to the world who you really are, type of thing.
But
I just
that's
feel like it was such a
second
bitchy
part.
12-year-old way of
Todoroki.
dealing with
He
his
hates
father.
his father, so he decided to become an accountant instead of a hero.
Yes. Should have joined the police
Briggs,
force and only
first
used
of
the
all,
pistol.
Briggs. His brother is already the villain guy. We all know that.
Okay.
So he can't also be it. And second of all, he did do the second thing you said, and he progresses to the point like in season 2, he's already using his fire. So if what you said about his ice thing is annoying, blah blah blah. If you said that and he kept doing that, I would understand. But that shows clear progression and character development.
Yeah, but I'm introduced
The
to
dude was traumatized. Give him some respect, man.
Yeah, I think Briggs is just biased on this and he's not going to be convinced because he's not being rational. But definitely S tier ahead.
I think he is being rational,
of
and
Tokonami.
I could defend his point if you like.
I don't
And-
like. I don't like.
Since I like, I will do so.
Okay, just don't waste my time. Put him in S
I will not
tier.
waste your time. Firstly, you have to realize Briggs hating Todoroki is a meme, and a meme on one side versus logic on the other, meme wins.
clearly.
Okay, I think that's fair. And also, Briggs doesn't like overpowered characters that are overpowered just because they were born that way. He wants someone to be overpowered because they
ate
grabbed
someone's
life
hair.
by the balls.
Hell yeah.
Right,
And it annoyed me even more that because he was born that way, and then he had a decent backstory, but I wish they went about it in a different way. And I do agree that he did develop later on, but for whatever reason, even just his personality, along with being overpowered, not my type of character in the slightest, or someone that I like.
Just put him in S.
But
On the left.
his quirk is pretty awesome because if he just uses his fire, he overheats, and if he just uses his ice quirk, he will like freeze. But the combination of two and balancing them, it's extremely powerful. But also the fact that like he has to balance it and use it smartly and rationally, it's a great quirk.
Agreed.
And also uses them together and makes these massive explosions, which no one really understands, but hey, it works. Alrighty. Physics versus My Hero Academia. Okay. And Animac, I'm sorry for insulting Gurren Lagann. It just happened. It wasn't my fault.
No, I know. I know you didn't mean it. You just wanted to hurt me.
Correct. Anyway, next, Toru Hagakure and her quirk. I don't remember what invisibility.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
it's called. It's not exactly the most interesting name for a quirk that gives invisibility, but sure.
If, like, we don't know that much about her, but if her quirk cannot be turned off, meaning she has to be invisible all the time, that's a terrible, terrible quirk. If she could turn it off and on, and then she can be invisible whenever she wants, she can use that whole solar flare thing that she does. I think that's great.
Absolutely no sense.
Bro, solar flare. Deal with
Makes
it.
no sense.
She refracts the sun and another sunlight.
She's
and-
invisible. She can't refract anything. That's her point. If she could refract stuff, then she would be visible.
Well, the idea is that
Good
her
logic
body.
there. Physics
body-
versus My Hero Academia.
Okay, you can do that video, but the idea is that her body reflects light in a way that it doesn't bounce off her, so you can't see her, or it bounces like in a different way. But then she can manipulate that in order to bounce it back at you in a way that blinds you.
Trash tier.
Again, if it can't be turned off, trash tier. If it can, then it's a. I would give it a A.
But it can't.
I'm gonna give it. But even if it can't be turned off, if we're thinking about it like just like power wise, I feel like it could be used in such amazing ways.
Well, you gotta think
No,
about
I
it.
think
quirk-wise.
it could be, but would you want to never be able to be visible?
Well, I'm not saying I would want it, but as a hero, and if you're really just all about justice and fighting crime, I think being invisible permanently would work well.
Trash tier.
I'm
You
gonna
wouldn't be
give
able to
it.
beat anyone.
I'm gonna give it a B.
You had your mind.
Not being able to see your opponent is very difficult. Plus, it'd be amazing for reconnaissance. So. it's
Yeah,
a
and
B,
she has to be naked all the time to be most effective.
which is pretty hot.
Which is basically
How
My Hero
how do we
Academia.
know if it's hot? You can't see anything.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes the mystery is what's hot.
I don't.
Okay, please get rid of it. It's trash. It's a garbage quirk. It never did anything useful.
Well, you voted trash. I voted V. V. Oh yes. B. Adam Mac, what are you voting?
I'll give it a C, Briggs, because assuming she can't turn it off, C is best I can do.
What is happening now? Why is this happening? Next we have Bakugo. And his quirk, Explosion! I don't know what it's called.
We should have had
Yeah,
I think
Lord
Bakugo's
Explosion
quirk
Murder.
is a viable option.
Lord Explosion Murder for me is definitely S tier. Like, yes, he's a sweaty maniac, but the quirk itself is interesting. It's intricate. It's powerful. S.
I have none of that in mind. I think that Bakugo is a master of combat, and that's why it looks like his quirk is really good. But I think his quirk in general is not even close to S tier. I would debate between B and A. I would probably say A. The dude just blows up his sweat. It's all. Can you imagine how difficult it is, unless you're a combat genius, to use it as like Iron Man style rockets to fly around, or to twirl and make bigger explosions and make your own.
Look how versatile his quirk is. He uses tools like specific outfits to bring out the versatility, but he can do like single powerful blasts. He can do a bunch of little blasts. He can like use it to fly, basically to propel himself in the air. Like, it's very versatile.
I think it's an A+ to an S-. I love the way he uses it, and it gives me the reason to want to put it in S because of how versatile it is. Does a lot of damage. He could still maneuver very well with it.
Can you imagine how crazy difficult it is to do that? I mean, in the end of the day, this quirk in his hands is great. However, I think Todoroki's quirk in Bakugo's hands would be much better as well.
Imagine if Tape Guy had Bakugo's quirk. I feel like he would suck.
I think
Stop dissing Sero.
I think if Bakugo had Tape Guy's quirk, it would actually be useful.
All right, I'll give it an A.
All right, awesome.
But I may have to change my mind.
Yeah, it's definitely an S.
All right, next we have Ooka Midori, a one for all, S tier. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why we need a broken tier just for one for all, because I do think one for all, it's basically cheap. It's cheap. It's broken. It's too powerful.
Well, to use Nux's logic, most people's bodies would not be able to handle one for all.
No, but it's ridiculous. He can also, I mean, it's manga spoilers, so let's not say it. But if you read the manga, you know how broken it is.
Yeah, it's fucked up later on.
Yeah, and the thing is, with clearly a bunch of different people in the past have used one for all. So it's not like, oh, Deku is the only one who can use it because he trained so hard. Clearly, a lot of people have used it in the past.
And you also have to realize, what if a guy with a quirk got one for all? It's like they gave it to Deku, great. But what if they gave it to Todoroki? Bakugo or Todoroki? Can you imagine how insane it would be?
Yeah, and that whole thing where it's like he starts off as a guy without a quirk, kind of like Asta, but then he's like, but I'm going to get this quirk that is super broken and the greatest quirk. Kind of irks me, Like,
it annoys me. It annoys me too, but at least he did have to like work for it to be able to control it. It wasn't like an instant gratification, like, wow, I can do everything All Might can do now. His body couldn't handle it. If it wasn't for that, I feel like I would hate the series.
No, I mean, I understand that. However, he's still like a second year in high school and he's already mastered it so much. So it's like, you got to remember how young these guys are and how much time has actually passed.
Yeah, it annoyed me as well.
He's already better than almost every single pro hero. It's
exactly, and I don't like that because it's like he needs to grow more. Like
you have to realize the air pressure from his flick annihilated Todoroki's avalanche. I mean, his glacier versus Midoriya's flick to the air.
Meanwhile, his actual punches don't do stuff. It makes no sense.
It's another entry for Science versus My Hero Academia.
Science versus physics.
Can you please make an episode like that, Nux? Like this, like going through all the things that make no sense.
Yeah, because I'd love to get tons of hate comments asking me why I'm doing this with my life.
Hate comments give you power, Nux.
Sarcastic meme comments give me power, and I can't read all of them as sarcastic. Anyway, next we have Minoru Boneta, one of the greatest inspirations in the entire series.
S+++.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
And his quirk, pop off.
I mean, his quirk is not great, let's face it.
What?
It's not. It's funny as hell, but in terms of quirk abilities, it's compared to the other ones in this class, obviously not compared to someone who has no quirk, but yeah, it's.
So let me ask you a question. It's a quiz question on My Hero Academia. Who's the only student that single-handedly in a one-on-one fight beat a teacher?
Hey, Sero did his part, bro.
No, he did not. That was garbage. Mineta's where it's at.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give Mineta a
But
B.
I can use the same argument you used on Bakugo against you here because Mineta is very
He's
intelligent.
everywhere. And he has the intelligence of a semi-sentient brick.
He's intelligent and strategic, and that's why he beat Midnight.
Strategic.
Okay, but the combination of like stickiness versus like being able to bounce off things, he's able to move faster and I guess put more power into his stuff if he bounces off his stuff, off his
I don't know about
balls.
the bouncing so much, but you have to realize this is basically infinite stick. And I mean, I have another whole physics versus quirks in this one as well, because if it's sticky, you should just be able to tear it off and it'll peel off a bit of skin, you know? I mean, it shouldn't like stick to your bone. Or
But then once you
whatever.
try to tear it off, it sticks to your other fingers.
Well, you
Then
don't tear
can-
it off with your other hand. You touch it to a wall, and then it sticks to the wall and tears off.
I
a
guess
bit
you
of
could do
skin.
that, yeah, floor or
So
wall.
I think his quirk can be very useful, and although he does have drawbacks, like he starts bleeding, it's pretty gross. The quirk wise, I have to give it a C tops, but obviously not as an overall character.
I'm gonna give it a B.
That's you can't defend that. You can't.
I'm
defend
gonna-
that.
I
gonna
like it
give
better
it a
than
C.
Tape Guy.
I'm gonna give it a C. I also like it better than Tape Guy. I gave it trash
And
for a
Froppy.
reason.
And Earjack Girl.
Honestly,
You
I
cannot
think
say
I
that
think
Mineta's quirk
Mineta
is stronger
is-
than Froppy's. Froppy
Mineta
saved
is
his ass.
better than everyone in C except for Naval Laser.
Fine.
Froppy
C plus.
saved Mineta's ass. You know she has a better quirk. We're talking about quirks here.
Yeah, we're talking about quirks here, and Mineta's basically
Oh,
invincible.
man. Imagine Mineta with Invisible Girl's quirk. Truly.
Yeah, that would be a force to be reckoned with.
Yes. Sanji pretty much has it now. I'm so happy.
I know.
I don't
I-
think, guys. I don't think, Nux, you're being intellectually honest. I think you're being too memey. As much as I love Mineta, you can't say that his quirk is better than Tsuyu's. Fuck that.
Actually, I would think that his quirk is better than Bakugo. Imagine Bakugo with Mineta's quirk. He would know how to really use it.
All right. All right.
Like, he's a
enough.
combat master. His combat prowess is fantastic. He'd start off the fight by immediately throwing sticky balls everywhere, bouncing back and forth off them at light speed, as calculated by true masters of power scaling. And I think that would be terrifying.
He doesn't have infinite balls, man,
No, but he has balls.
but not infinite balls. So you can't just throw a bunch of them without suffering consequences.
Okay, he'll bleed a little bit. Bakugo bleeds anyway. Bakugo uses explosions that shatters all the bones in his arm and stuff, and he's just like, "Ugh, I can do it again." Because why not?
He
Nux,
has resistance to his known explosions, Nux.
It even says, like, he holds his hands and they're shaking because he atrophied his muscles. And he's like, oh, I'm all out of power, so let's do it again even stronger.
Nux, you can suck on my purple salty balls, man.
Wow. I mean, thank you.
Family friendly Felix. Okay.
Yeah. We're talking about quirks, you pervert. Anyway, Momo Yao Yoruzu.
Momo Yaoyoruzu. And her quirk, carbohydrate attack. I don't remember what it's called.
Creation.
Creation. There we go.
I love her quirk.
I love her
because
quirk.
I don't think it's the strongest quirk, battle-wise, necessarily, but it's so intricate and versatile, and obviously something that you would love to have. It does have a cost. You have to, trade fat in your body to create things, but she could create anything with her body. Like, it's super
Like-
cool. I would love to have this quirk. I would give this quirk an S easy.
So as far as power, or as far as how much you want the quirk? As far as
Yeah.
how much you want the quirk,
Overall quality.
hello, automatic weight loss. I mean, it's S tier, but as far as actual power or
No,
use,
this is not just about power in terms
What's
of
it about?
fighting. It's
So what's it
overall quality of the quirk.
well, again, you also have to realize that Momo can only use her quirk so well because she understands the makeup of like working transmitters and receivers and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
because
can
she's
build
so smart,
that.
she's able to use
It
it
makes
really
no
well.
sense. She can make computer chips and whatever. Like, I
I don't-
understand if she wants to make Like silver foil, I could definitely give it to her.
I mean, technically, if she like studies properly, she could just make guns.
There's no reason why she doesn't make guns. It's easier to make guns. They're less complicated than actual computer chips and whatever.
But then when you think about
Tracking
like
devices
in the
and
real
stuff.
world, if you're just making guns, people could just go and buy guns. So how useful is it
Exactly.
really?
Yeah, like, why doesn't
She can make bigger
Tailboard-
guns.
Why doesn't
With more
Tailboard
bullets.
just buy a machine gun?
He should.
Because I'm telling you, I've mentioned this in videos, and the answer is like, because in Japan they have very difficult gun laws, and I'm like, these guys can teleport. Like they don't need to stay in Japan.
know.
The government may not like that. This evil organization. Okay, whatever. Let's not get into that.
Anyway, if we're talking about the quality of the quirk in terms of how unique it is, how versatile it is, not just its fighting ability,
I give
I would
unique
have to
0 weight in this.
Nux. I would have to put creation at the very top because I like the fact that it has limitations. You're right, it does. She has to know things. She has to go out there and learn the molecular structure of things to create. But I
It
think
also
that's a
makes
good
it
thing.
easier to use her quirk if she can show her chest, because then she could pull things out. So that's cool.
Yeah, so she has limitations, and I like that. I don't like broken quirks like One for All. So I give this an S. This is a better quirk to me than One for All. One for All is more powerful, but I prefer this quirk.
I thought we were talking about what was the strongest this entire time.
So did I.
I disagree. No, it's
Well, in any case, I would think that Yara Yorozu is potentially the strongest also, because she can make infinite money.
yeah. So you could just pay a bunch of.
She can hire Deku. No,
She could hire an army.
Well, she can definitely hire Ochako. Ochako likes the money.
True.
True.
I'll give her an A+.
Okay, there's no A plus. Give it an S and call it a day.
You said so. It's an A according to you.
Yes, I give it an A, but I want to say A+ because I think it's high
So
tier
just
A.
give it an S, man.
I don't want to give it an S-.
Hmm.
Give it an S. It's an S.
So really, it's all up to me. A or S. S.
If she ends up in S, I'm moving Bakugo to S.
Bro,
All right, A. You win, Briggs. You win. I'm not willing. No.
I don't understand how you guys don't realize that this quirk is amazing. It's
She
like
could
I realize
easily
it's
destroy
amazing.
any economy with ease.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could destroy entire countries by creating so much money that it becomes devalued.
Yes,
Bro.
and that will not help her win a fight.
She has the ability called inflation, bro. It's
I
not
know,
just about winning a fight.
It
If it's
is
about winning
though.
a
This
fight-
isn't about the quirk you want most.
Yeah, it is. It's
Because
about the
otherwise,
best
I would take the
overall quirk.
invisibility one.
No, you wouldn't.
kidding.
You can't turn uninvisible.
Which,
No,
which
out of
quirk
all
would I
these,
take?
I
would
would
take.
definitely take Momo's, hands down.
Yeah, I'd probably take Momo's as well.
Exactly. So then give it S tier because we're talking about the quirk, not just fighting ability. Because then if we were talking about fighting ability, then we could just say the strongest character, but we're talking about the best quirk.
The strongest quirk.
But if you're
Best
discussing best quirk as far as utility, well, then obviously it's S. However, I don't understand if that's how it's. I don't know. I don't see it that way.
That's how I see it. Briggs,
Hmm.
put
Well,
it in.
I vote A, so.
I vote A. I vote A.
Well, would we look? This is the bracket.
Wrong. And why can't you like disconnect from this childish mentality of who would win a one-on-one fight?
I'll
Because
explain
we're
it to you,
ranking
Mac.
quirks-
I will explain it to you.
Quirks from a
It's very
fighting
straightforward.
manga.
It's very straightforward. If I were to say S, it would be agreeing with you and thereby not pissing you off as much. Whereas if I say A, not only is she not as powerful as the people in S tier, but also it does piss you off. So this is 2 solid reasons to put an A.
Well,
And
when
also,
reasonable-
even
when
more
reasonable
importantly than
people-
any of that, it makes the tier list look really nice with 3 in S, and 4 in A, and 5 in B, 6 in C, and 2 in trash.
Well, what I'm saying, when reasonable people complain in the comments that Momo was an A instead of S, you guys remember who wanted her in S and who wanted her in A.
All right, I'll remember when I see all the comments saying good tier list, I'll be like, yeah, because Momo's an A.
You are truly scum.
Let's be real. There's gonna be people saying Dude should be an A, and
Yeah, of
Bakugo should be an S, and Hardening Dude should be in C. And what? Sticky ball guy. Oh, SSS plus. Like that's what the comment section is really gonna look like.
For people who are just listening and they can't see the list. In trash tier, we have Ojiro, the guy with the tail, and Sato, the guy, Rikido Sato, the guy who eats sugar, then becomes strong for a few minutes and then crashes and becomes useless. In C tier, we have Minoru Mineta, sticky balls. We have Sero, sticky tape. We have Yuga Aoyama, naval laser. We have Tsuyu, who should obviously be higher, but what can we do? What can you do? We have
You're against
Jiro.
logical people, Animac. What can
We
we
have
do?
Jiro, earphone jack, and we have Toru Hagakure, the invisible girl. Then in B, we have Kirishima. We have Ida. We have Mina. We have what's his name?
Koji Koda.
Koji Koda, the animal voice guy, and we have what's this guy?
Shoji.
Mezo Shoji, the tentacle interesting guy.
Yeah.
A tier, we have
Tentacle Kakashi.
Bakugo, Momo for some reason,
Kaminari.
Kaminari, Denki, and
Ochako.
And finally, in S, we have, of course, the broken one for all, Deku. We have Shoto Todoroki, half hot, half cold. And we have Tokoyami, Dark Shadow. Again, Momo is better than Dark Shadow. And clearly, Explosion is better than Dark Shadow as well.
You're just thinking of this so linearly because explosions make light. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I think this is based on hero prowess. And as far as being a hero, I think it's great to have someone like Yariozu, but I don't think that says.
Yeah, so we're trying to base it on the quirk and also like how the quirk would work for heroes. Like personally, I don't. Like,
this isn't the quirk you want most.
Yeah, no.
Because obviously we'd all take sticky tape guy. I mean,
but of course, to feel like Spider-Man for a moment.
Would you pick sticky balls or sticky tape?
Oh, sticky tape, 100%. The ability to never wear a long sleeve shirt is a power that I definitely want. Yeah, okay, anyway.
Yeah, we never even mentioned that.
Yeah, it's cold outside, but he can't wear a coat.
Do we want to read reviews for this one, or?
Yeah, I think if we do another tier, it would take a while. So let's just read reviews, and then we'll do Class 1B another time.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, dope. So
also, should we, while Nux finds the reviews, and I'm sure he's not going to ask me for the link yet again.
I would never do that.
Should we announce the project that we have planned?
I can't find the.
I mean, I'd be pretty down to announce the project, but
go for it.
If you want to wait 1 week, we could do that as well.
Yeah, we could wait a week. Although I do have the reviews. I found them.
Okay, good. Yeah, you know what? Let's just wait a week to keep people
on their toes.
Wondering.
Well, everyone follow, and so we could get 3K, and we'll make the announcement. You know.
Yeah. So don't forget to follow us on Twitch and Rank Cafe, and also on YouTube Rank Cafe. And the news is coming next week.
Cool.
So one thing I have to say, the reviews are getting longer and longer.
While you read the first review, I have to go to the bathroom, so I will be right back.
All right. Have a safe trip, Lord Brigo.
Arigato.
Also, if you want to summarize the reviews and you don't want to read the whole thing, that's cool too.
This one has a lot of memes, so I'm going to enjoy it. It's not like I want you to read my review or anything, Baka. 5 stars. Welcome to Rant Cafe, where men of culture and shut-in neats unite to get hit by trucks and get reincarnated into a fantasy world, where controversial life-changing topics are discussed, such as which 2D women make you go 3D, which isekai is second best after Digimon, and whether Megaman is a viable option or just a quick explosion and some jail time. As you listen, you will feel like George Twigo stand-up cycling while carry Shigure's spoon. Rant Cafe is where Todoroki and Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth do the fusion dance to create the best Super Saiyan Yu-Gi-Oh! Card quirk. It's where you can laugh at as gangsters dance while torturing enemies, as a narcissist commits genocide while eating potato chips, and as a wandering skeleton whose friends all died in front of him asks you to see your panties. That's a One Piece reference, by the way. It's where you can cry as you relate to the depression of a knight whose true love died protecting him and who nearly killed his best friend over his greed, as the mentor who told you to grit your teeth, and be a man passes too soon and leaves you in a void of insecurity. As a volleyball team loses a crucial game, and you can feel the emotion of every player as if you're on the team yourself. It's where epic moments can get you hyped, like a Gumu Gumu no Red Hawk, a Giga Drill Break, a Star Platinum Zawarudo, a consecutive normal punches, and better yet, a Justice Crash. If you can get past Animax condescending elitism, Nux's inability to use an indoor voice and stop interrupting guests, and Brick's terrible memory when it comes to names and details, you will come to appreciate Animax waifu picks and philosophical outlooks, Nux's anime recommendations and psychological analyses, and Briggs's musical tastes and reminders of why we love our favorite characters and stories. If you combine Animax hair/facial hair with Briggs' tank top and muscles, along with Nugs's English/sarcasm voice, and assholery, you will achieve Lord Tank Top Brigo Arimak Taku Senpai Kun Sama, the mightiest disciple of Lord Twigo Sama Senpai Sensei Kun. Sorry for the long review, but this podcast is a golden experience for a weeb whose friends are only filthy casuals. Thank you guys. Very cool. Until next time, stay weird, space fanboys.
Wow,
Oh my
I am so
God.
happy I came back for that.
Wow, what an amazing review!
That's like the magnum opus of reviews.
I know that's better than our whole tier list where we put Momo below where she should have been. Wow, great! And
All right, now I can breathe, so that's cool.
the author was Fukiv K. Did.
Kui vivid. If.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Latin and not some sort of like hidden profanity, but sir or ma'am, probably sir.
That was beautiful.
Congratulations! Definitely hit me up at AnimeOutPro on Twitter.
What do you think
We'll
it
get
cannot
you an
be?
AnimeOutPro.com shirt because that deserves a shirt.
Yeah, if anyone deserves a shirt, that deserves a
It
shirt.
deserves 2 shirts, but I don't have that much money, so 1 shirt.
Yeah, that was dope. That was dope.
Animac, you think it could not be a whammon? Look at our S tier as well. No whammon in S tier. Clearly, we are misogynistic.
Who wanted a woman in S tier named Momo? You bitches.
Animac just in it for the diversity.
No, I'm in it for the facts.
Sure. You can tell yourself that. Anyway, should I read more reviews? Because that was pretty dope.
Yeah, read a few more. But
Alrighty.
there's one that says that I should read it, but it's not spelling my name right, so then I don't know who they mean.
All right. So S tier review. Please make Animac. Who's that?
I don't know.
Whatever.
It's spelled with a C. I have no idea.
Yeah, same here. Please make Animac read this entire thing. So since he can't, I will read it for you. First things first, praise be to Megaman, queen of viable options, and to Lord Twigo, king of best boys. When I first began watching this podcast on YouTube, I was dubious whether or not it would remain as entertaining as it had been at the time. I must say, however, that it surpassed all such expectations and remains a thing of true memeified beauty. 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, 14,605 out of 14,605. P.S. If I happen to win this weekly contest, I would like to humbly request that Nux makes a video on Katanagatari instead of sending me a shirt. Thank you for your time. Well, unfortunately, even though the review is dope, you did not win, so I don't have to make a video on Katanagatari, which is a dope anime.
But I will watch it because it's on my list, and I'm actually
It's
getting down to
actually
watching anime recently.
It's really good. It's really
Currently
You
watching The World God Only Knows, and it's amazing.
You still
good. I'm
watch
so
anime?
happy I praised that. I even commended Recon on that pick.
Well, I feel like I've been watching like seasonal Animac just because it's like easier with a busy schedule, and I haven't been binge watching shows. But like, it's summer now.
No, I
free.
know what you mean. I personally finally got caught back up to Demon Slayer and JoJo's, and I'm loving both of them.
Yeah, JoJo's is like unbelievable.
Yeah,
It's a
but
golden
Demon
experience.
Slayer
What can I
also-
say?
Demon Slayer, like the animation and story and everything is great.
Yeah. Yep. I'm with you. Next, we have Makes My Day, 5 stars. Man, you guys are awesome. I've been following Nux and Technique for a while and love the whole cast, even the non-usual members. Your opinions are funny and creative, and even when I disagree, I still respect your opinions. Very cool. Would love to be able to be a guest on the show one day, special lottery winner or something. Keep it up. From the UK Sultan. Dope.
Wow, someone who actually is like reasonable and civil nowadays,
Crazy.
2019, in the current year. Kudos, sir.
Maybe we could do like a lottery type of thing or something to have like maybe a guest on an after party or for a specific segment of a Rant Cafe. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm down to eventually actually do after parties and have just random guests, the random viewers come in and chill with us. especially when we want to stream more on Twitch and have longer streams. I think the after parties will be a great idea.
Yeah.
So again, if you want to be part of something like that in the future, follow us on Twitch, Rant Cafe.
Yeah. Next, we have a great time every time. 5 stars. This is truly the greatest anime podcast. He said best anime podcast, but I switched it to greatest. I think we'll all forgive me for that one. The hosts are geniuses on anime and on this great art form of memes. This podcast is a great way to spend my time doing whatever. Also, this podcast is educational. I learn about philosophy all the time from this podcast. Truly the best podcast. I actually don't think that was a sarcastic meme comment. I think he was serious. That's cool.
I wonder, because the philosophy thing, it's like, yeah, we do talk about
I
philosophy.
turned the
but we also
word
talk about-
philosophy into sarcasm.
but we talk about memes and philosophy and the philosophy of memes and the memeing of philosophy. So it's interesting.
Yeah, well, next we have very cool Rant Cafe, 5 stars. Even though they forgot Ty's mom from Digimon, the greatest mom of all. Those losers. This podcast is amazing. I love the deep philosophical meanings behind Nux trolling Animac and Briggs, behind being the evil genius behind the brackets. Truly inspiring and very cool. No, I don't troll Briggs. I just troll Animac. And I also troll Animac for Briggs' share.
No, I think he means you trolling Animac, comma, and Briggs being the evil genius behind the brackets.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then very cool.
That is the title.
That is the title. Next, this review was not written by the anime dude. 5 stars. Hey there, I like the podcast. The best episode was that where they featured that anime dude guy. This is totally written by someone who isn't him. Also, Digimon Best Isekai, Lord Twigo is our Lord and Savior. Like the episode where you talked about the top 50 factual anime. That was my top 50 list. And Hog's mom is the best mom of all anime. Hashtag not a furry. Hashtag talk about One Piece more, though.
In
Man,
the
I love
latest-
this guy who's not the anime dude so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jordan, it's definitely not you, bro.
I mean,
But-
it's a shame. It's a shame that it's not the anime dude, because after reading a review like that, I would definitely want to invite you back like every week, but you're not the anime dude.
we
so.
do invite him back, but he works on Thursdays.
We do invite him back.
But check this
Yep.
out. Latest chapter of the 7 Deadly Sins, bro. Hawk's mama in the spotlight. It was crazy.
I did not read it yet, but the hype
Oh
is real.
yeah, you gotta read. I've already got a video ready. Oh, it's gonna be dope.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be dope. Hawk's mom is pretty dope. Dummy thick. Anyway, next we have best podcast in the world. 5 stars. I clicked on the podcast, and immediately I hear Nux and Tekking fighting about Great Moth, and then Animac with a C trying to get them back on track. Then they rant all about JoJo's and talk about Hawk's mom. Tekking should do the Espada's releases after the Captain's Shikai and Bankai. All right, we'll tell Tekking.
And I believe that is all the reviews from this week.
Yeah.
And that was by Kono Diada. Thank you.
You don't say it well.
Okay.
Well done.
Well, don't forget the names, and then I won't have to say it at all, and you can scream it out as much as you want.
It's not called screaming. It's an art form. And it's beautiful. Everyone puts in the Zawarudos because they like when I say it that way.
I mean,
don't say
yes, that and
Golden experience. Furumeto Aruki Mr. Brotherhood.
there you go.
Eh.
That's my ringtone. All right, boys. Another great episode. Thank you all for your support, for the reviews, the ratings. That is the currency of podcasts. So we appreciate you when you do that for us and support us. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube and Twitch. And next week, we will be announcing the big news, big Rant Cafe project. That we
Hey,
are going
big news. That's a One Piece reference.
And
No, it
Big
isn't.
News Morgan is like one of the greatest parts of the show, so it is pretty big, this announcement.
I mean, it isn't, but cool, whatever.
I know you were referencing One Piece Animac. I know you're a huge fan. You know all the subliminal messages. You can't fool us.
I mean, he is the king of whole cake.
Yeah, my favorite villain is Dog Flamenco. But let's move on. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.
Bang. Shinbaku.